Good evening, sports fans from all around the globe. I am your host, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and this is your closing bell at Tuesday, April 26, 2022. 6:23. Yeah, it's a little later than normal. Myself and Scotty trying to work out some stuff where some scheduling, not issues, just shit happens. And so, what we're going to try to do is we're going to coordinate what's best for everyone. And at this point, we might be looking at some closing bells at 6:15. So you will not get any sharper lines straight out of Vegas, obviously. The guys that gave you all those plays at 8 this morning, if you had the Heat this morning and there's no Butler and there's no Lowry, ouch. But that's what we're here for. We're here to give you the most up-to-date information as possible. And that's what we do here. Last night, the ECSI VIPs 1-1, dead broke even. Nice Angels box to wire. Tough battle, but we cleared that one comfortably. It was really never in doubt. Red Sox first five. Evaldi gives up 2 hits, one a solo homer in the bottom of the 5th. Toronto cashes that 1-0. We lose, so we were dead even on that one. Tonight, the VIPs, the alert just got sent. 3 games today, 2 in bases, 1 in hockey. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I start looking at these numbers literally 6, 7 o'clock tonight. So when I say that we look at them, I don't get to bed till midnight, 1 o'clock. So there's 4 or 5 hours. And then I get up at 5, 6 o'clock. So there's, another 12 hours that I'm staring at these. This is one tough damn board tonight. It really is. And on our Discord channel, Mr. Lucky and a few others, and I've talked to our buddy Billy Hewlin from Louisiana today. A lot of landmines out there. It's easy to go to the board tonight, I think, and you can grab Woodruff, Musgrove, Alcantara, first 5. 2 of those just minus the half run, win by 1 and catch. But it's not that easy, guys. And but we'll see. We will definitely see. But let's bring him on. Feels like it's been a while, but it hasn't. So my buddy, my pal, my partner, Mr. Scott E. Webb. Afternoon, Scott.
Jeff, how are you? I don't even have to have coffee for this show.
I did a great show today with Julian Edlow of DraftKings. We're at the 36-minute mark, and this damn screen went blue, and it was like the earth was ending, and that was it. I can tell you the internet has been hell. I had a conversation with our friend from Chicago after. He went out, so it's not just me. So it's been crazy, but overall, things are okay. How about yourself, sir?
Things are good, man. I mean, I think that this is going to be the week, and things are going to start happening, Major League Baseball wise. I think first of all, you're not going to see the Dodgers win every game. I think first of all, you're not going to see all the Mets aren't going to win every game. And I think that, the Reds aren't going to lose every game. So you're going to have all these streaky things end and streaky things go on. And I got a light out. There we go. And, I think that you're going to see some offense. So it's intriguing to me, Jeff. Let me ask you this question. When is the last time that you can remember that a team from Baltimore, for example, comes into New York Stadium, Yankee Stadium, and you get a line under 8 on a total? It's 7.5. 7.5. Baltimore and the Yankees.
There's a lot of talk about the balls. Major League Baseball's not talking about it. We want to know what's going on. I'm not saying that there's any funny business going on, because we always know there is. But I think we've talked till we're blue in the face why a lot of this has from the low scoring. Maybe the fact that they had only a couple of weeks of spring training. Maybe that it's still cold out. I mean, there's a lot of factors here. Maybe it is the balls. Maybe add it all up and holy shit, just like, we've seen play the under. Hold my beer. I'm going to play 12 straight unders and 12 straight unders come in.
It's just nonstop, right? We had the first shutout last night, complete game shutout. So that's kind of a big news thing. The guy. So they were making a big deal out of it on the radio when I was driving home. The guy says, well, what's the difference between letting this guy go, I don't know, 108 pitches or whatever it was, and then when Kershaw's going at and he's doing his thing, he wasn't able to go past 80. I just thought it was pretty funny, but I mean,
can we interrupt there too? And last night, Cleveland tries to stretch Bieber out and gives up a 2-run homer. And the fact you can't win, okay? You cannot win. The Red Sox, same thing. To pull Pivetta or not to pull Eovaldi or not pull Eovaldi. Sox claw all the way back 2-2. We know they're not scoring runs. Let's go to the bullpen. Eovaldi's only got 80 pitches thrown. These managers are supposed to know their back end better than us over here. They still don't know what the hell they got back there.
Well, they're in the back end for a reason. They're not the best pitchers on the team. So they're not going out there with 4 pitches and 5 pitches and trying to get people out. They're going to throw 1 or 2 and that's it. And it better be dynamic stuff. So I don't know. It is what it is.
Well, it's 6:30. It's not like we're doing this at 4:30.
Yeah, we can zip through some stuff here.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of people chomping at the bit. I'm going to bring in Wager Talk. I'm going to let you go to work here. I'm just going to say my intro, the NBA, we've been sitting back here at ECSI. We're waiting till the second round. Hats off to the Celtics for the sweep. I did say on the closing bell solo last night, I really liked Toronto spot plus the 8. I didn't know they were going to go box to wire and win outright there. And Dallas did Dallas. I mean, I talked about that line didn't get off a 3, yet it was an 80-80 split on the Mavericks. When you shoot 35, go look at my timeline last night. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. They had already, between the two teams, launched 35 3-pointers. And Utah was 12%. That's not basketball. Guys, I can go in my backyard and shoot 35 threes. Come on, guys. Move the damn ball around. Get it in the paint. Drive to the damn hole once in a while, will you? But tonight, again, Lowry and Butler out. So it's not steam on the Heat tonight. But I do have to ask, the line opened at 7. It's still 4.5 without Lowry and Butler. So don't be going second mortgaging on Ice Tray, who is stone cold right now. I think that you got a slam dunk here because no Lowry, no Butler. Just be careful there. Minnesota, Memphis opened at 7, 6.5. I would lean the T-Wolves just a small there because I think it's too many points. And then Phoenix, New Orleans, same thing. I would take the points. It is down to 6 at DraftKings. But again, I don't have a lot of say in those. The pitching matchups today, Scotty, landmines. Like I said, Woodruff, Musgrove. I'm a huge Alcantara fan. Too easy it looks. The same with Fried today. Too easy it looks. St. Louis with Hicks opened up favorites. Now Bassett favorite. I do know Gilbert overnight was minus 115. Your Rays are now up to as high as 131. You talked about Severino versus Lyles. I mean, Gosman and Pivetta on paper, it's a slam dunk for Gosman. Sox can't hit. Be careful with Lynch in Kansas City today, but I wouldn't trust Keiko as far as I could throw it. I think Paddock, his third time out now, will do better, but it's against Erod. You already know Odorizzi stands for Odor. I ain't touching him with your money, yet that total's only 9. That smells fishy there. Sandoval, I think Angels are in a good spot here. I like, what'd you call him, Sticks?
Sticks, that's his name, McKenzie, yeah.
Sticks McKenzie. I like him, but I think that Angels will speed up, and then, I would have rather seen Rondon last night. You can't get into that game. But enough of me. The board is yours.
Yeah, I would have much preferred. Now, you know what I didn't really think about, and and I should have. And the reason Rodon didn't pitch yesterday is because that was a 1 game drop off series that they played, and it was a makeup game from the games that got canceled from the previous first week of Major League Baseball. So that was a makeup game, and they were to travel a day, and they made it up that day, and then they have to go home, and then they got to play again tonight. And I'm like, holy criminy! But whatever, it is what it is. So looking at this board, I just thought there was some pretty interesting things in terms of matchups on these pitchers, and San Diego playing Cincinnati. You just saw that this little while ago. Cincinnati played San Diego, and you saw San Diego just tear them apart. And it wasn't that they tore them apart so much as that Cincinnati couldn't hit their pitching. So they got to face that pitching again. And what I'm looking at here, Jeff, on that Cincinnati game is the Reds on offense. They are minus 8.9 runs on fastballs. They're minus 8.2 on sliders. They're minus 5, almost 6 on curveballs. And we should assume that because they're not hitting the ball. But the best pitches that Musgrove throws, fastball, slider, curveball. Not a good matchup. Give me Musgrove, and I'll take him on the run line. I'll take him at minus 105 today. The minus 1.5. I'm okay with that. I don't trust Cincinnati's bullpen, and this kid San Martin's he's hittable, so I'm not worried about that part of it. So I'm good with that one. That'll cover everybody that's trying to get to the window at 640. I do like that Baltimore and New York game. Listen, you're in Yankee Stadium. I get it. The Yankees haven't been hitting, but they're starting to turn it around a little bit. Baltimore's is kind of a weird team when they play the Yankees. The number's 7.5, and Lyles is on the mound. I get it. Lyles has been really good against the Yankees, but I'm going to play that game over 7.5. It doesn't. You can't tell me that these offenses aren't going to start clicking, and I think they're going to. So give me the Yankees over 7.5 in that game. I heard you say something about the Detroit and Minnesota game, and I know a lot of people are on Paddock today. I'm not. I'm going to take Detroit. Javi Baez is back in the lineup. I like when he's in the lineup that it gives him a little more punch. So I think, Erod's a good pitcher. He hasn't had really a good start yet, and he's got decent numbers. So I know I say that decent numbers, but I'm talking about forecast projection numbers and stuff that hasn't changed a whole lot. And I think Paddock really hasn't had that bad game either. So I kind of think the other side of here is that there's one thing that I noted yesterday when I was doing my numbers in that game specifically. Minnesota is they are minus 11.6 runs on sliders. They can't hit a slider. And Erod's basically a fastball, slider, curveball guy. Or I'm sorry, fastball, slider, changeup guy. He doesn't throw but fastballs and sliders for the most part. So I'm not going to worry too much about the offensive prowess of Minnesota. And I think that, those guys can hit. But Detroit, when they're hitting, can hit too. So I like the idea that Paddock can get roughed up a little bit. Erod can come in here, and I think the line's way too big. So if you're talking minus 150, you can get him plus 135. And I think that's good value. So I like Detroit, and I do like Miami tonight. And my problem that I'm running into here is Miami's offense is doing really a lot better right now, especially since they moved our hitters around the way they're supposed to. And Washington just can't get things going. But this Gray, they got Gray from the Dodgers, Josiah Gray. They got him he was part of that Scherzer deal. The kid pitch. He just hadn't been pitching real good. He's pitching pretty damn good right now. But I'm going to leave it alone. I like to play. I said I like it. If you played it earlier and you got it at minus 125 or minus 120 or whatever, I think you probably did pretty good. It's minus what, 130, 135 or something now. So I think you lost the value in that play. So I'm going to stay off of that one. And I think in terms of plays, those are the only ones I actually have. I do remember, and I shouldn't say remember, it's the wrong word. I put in the Discord last night. When you talk about Houston and Texas, it's not like San Francisco and the Dodgers. It's not a rivalry like that. But for Texas, it is. Texas thinks this is an in-state rivalry game thing, and it's a big deal, especially in Texas. And they play Houston as tough as anybody can play Houston when they play them at home. Now, they don't play them very good on the road, but when they play them at home, it's unbelievable. And I think you saw that a little bit last night. Hearn, who's pitching for Texas, he gets hit. So does Odorizzi. I don't know. How do you not pass up, though? You can take Houston at minus 115. When can you do that? So anyway, I think there's another layup out there. Gonsolin is pitching tonight, and I don't know how you get into the game, but I mean, you probably got to take a minus 1 in the first 5, or you got to probably take a minus 2 or something on the run line. But the Arizona Diamondbacks are minus 10 on offense against fastballs, and that's not a good thing for them. And on the other side of things, the Dodgers are plus 10, almost plus 11 on fastballs. And just so happens that Mr. Davies is minus 3 runs on fastballs. So he might not throw any fastballs tonight. He might just throw changeup after changeup after changeup after changeup today. And he has had some success against the Dodgers, surprisingly. So I just think it's an interesting board. It's a little tricky board. I think McKenzie pitches. I mean, I didn't think there was anything wrong with what Bieber pitched yesterday. He gave up 2 big flies. That's it, and the game's over. And when the Guardians had their chances, they made the out. So it was all a good thing for all of baseball. I think is starting to turn things around, and stay away from the White Sox until they get healthy. Stay away from some of these teams until they get their shit together. And you got to figure out what the coaches are doing. I don't know what Tony La Russa is doing.
For myself, I talked about the NBA. Not a lot to talk about up there. If you have any questions, you can obviously reach me on EC Sports Event, Invest on Twitter. Ask away. You can DM me or just litter up, whatever you want. My timeline, or if you're part of the Discord channel, don't be shy. I know you guys are in there. It's okay to ask a question. We don't bite. The games today. Again, I'll give a quick breakdown. Like Scott says, I definitely lean the San Diego. The only way you can get in there, in my eyes, you can get in there minus a half run first 5. If you want to go all the way and stretch out the Cincy bullpen, you can try to take them on the run line minus a run and a half. I am not going to get into a 160 or 170 there. Colorado Phillies. I don't listen. Minus 140 is one number. When it's steamed up to 164, the Phillies have gotten us a few times. I do lean the Phillies here. If you wanted to try to tiptoe into the first 5, God bless you. I don't trust their back end as far as you can throw them. Period.
Hey, Marquez in the last 5 starts against Phillies, he's 5-0.
Yeah, so it's a dangerous game. I don't understand the 24-cent move there. So it's a popcorn game if you really want my honest opinion there. I'm a big Alcantara guy. I like Miami. As Scott said, Josiah's been pitching great. I'm waiting for Washington to wake up offensively like Scotty talked about. I'm waiting for them to challenge Soto. I mean, you could just play him like Bonds if you want and never pitch to the guy. I don't understand. There's not enough back there to put the fear in God there.
Well, Bell's out too.
Yeah. So, again, it's something that you would think Miami first 5 would be the play there. You can get it pretty cheap. You wouldn't even have to give up the half run there. I do lean Fried there against Atlanta. I mean, for Atlanta against Stroman and the Cubs, but Stroman, I take Stroman. He gives up 4 in the first. I go against Stroman, and he's shut out through 5. So be real
Roman
careful.
was bad his last time out. That's the only thing that scares me off of that game.
What's that?
Stroman was really bad the last time out. He got bombed, and that's usually rebound city. And he's 4-1. Team wins. Like when he pitches, his team wins 4 out of the last 5 times against the Braves. So he's ripe to have a good game.
I talk about trusting the opening number, respect it. St. Louis opened up the favorite. Listen, if you had a Mets ticket last night, would you do me a favor and go donate a little to charity or do something? You were down 2-0, top of the ninth, 2 outs, and you scored 5 runs. Okay, you weren't supposed to win that game. Maybe this is, as I said on the timeline to our buddy TJ, enjoy the Miracle Mets 2022 version because they're playing great ball right now. So congrats to the Mets there. Dodgers, I'm not getting in front of that train. You either take them on the run line or you don't take them at all. Seattle, Tampa Bay has just started. Again, interesting here. I saw Gilbert minus 118 overnight, and it came out to 115 Tampa, and now it's closed at 133 at South Point, 135 on DraftKings. You talked about the Yankees. I like the over as well here. Should get to 8 or more. Listen, Sox aren't hitting. I get it. Okay, but just don't go run to the window and think Toronto's a slam dunk here. Sox could wake up. I'm not touching it. I see a 165 opener, and I'm seeing 198, 200, 210, 210. Pump the brakes here, okay? It's still April, all right? So be careful on those numbers, guys. Okay, be careful. A lot of steam there. I lean Royals here, guys. Plus 134 until the White Sox get healthy. Like Scott said, I'm not a big Keuchel fan. He's been throwing up beach balls. You can get a plus 134 or 140 or 137. I think the Royals could be the dog of the day here. Scotty likes the Tigers. I can see it. Erod is way overdue. I think Paddock gets comfortable. Under over's only 7, Scotty, so they're expecting both pitchers to pitch well. It opened at 8.5, so that is a big drop there. I'm not an Odorizzi guy. This total here at over 9, I would expect them to get to 9 or better today. That's just me. I would see double digits today, but what do I know when it comes to totals?
I think when you're talking about Houston, Altuve's got to play, and he hasn't been playing. So like he's the stir that gets that damn team pumped up and going a little bit. And with him not in there, that doesn't mean they don't have hitters. They scored all them runs yesterday with him not being in there, or 2 days ago, whenever it was. But I just have a hard time betting them when he's not in the lineup.
And it's not July or August yet in Texas. It's not like 110 and the ball flying out there as well. Cleveland Angels, again, I like this spot for the Angels. We went full game yesterday with the VIPs. I think you get a better edge tonight in the first 5. That's just me. I think you can get it. Again, I'm not telling you to go play 150, 155, 160. Only you'd have to play a minus a hook there on the run line there. Only a 7.5 on the total there. Oakland and San Fran again. Rondon has just been Cy Young, lights out. So we'll be interesting what goes on there. Hockey last full week. Nothing went flying off the board here. I do lean Rangers at home against Carolina. Nothing on Tampa, nothing on Pittsburgh. There's been a big power move on Edmonton plus the 119 there against Pittsburgh, and under over 6.5. I would expect a touchdown or better there. Islanders, Washington Islanders just playing out the string. Bruins, Florida, the VIPs know which way we lean on that one. I think Nashville tonight plus the 119 is a nice little play at home. Vegas, Dallas. Vegas is done. Yet it's only 105, 105. This will be the game that they win, by the way, guys. Vegas wins when it really kind of sort of doesn't matter. I guess they're still alive. So if you want to take a swing on Vegas, Custard's last stand, go ahead and be it. I've talked about St. Louis in the second period. They'll be losing 1-0 tonight, and they'll score a field goal in the second period. You watch. Something about them in the second period. If you can get any kind of props on St. Louis, to score a half goal or more, meaning they have to score at least one, please run to the window and grab that. They are a force in the second half. They scored 3 their last game in the second period. Seattle, Vancouver, no thanks. Anaheim, San Jose. San Jose minus 135. Do you know the way to San Jose? I wouldn't play that, but if you're going to play San Jose tonight, get some big prices on them on the puck line. I think you could probably get around 160 or 170 on that. Scotty, closing thoughts.
I think that just keep your eye. Regular baseball's coming back. The offenses will be back. I was getting ready to pull up the number and I forgot. Where is Major League Baseball batting average right now? It is it was 231 or 230 last time I saw it. It's 231. So hey, they raised it at 1 point. I'm going to expect some offense coming. Now, you got some pretty good pitchers out there today, so I don't know what kind of offense we're going to have today, but I think offense is going to come. And I think that these teams are going to get to a point where you don't see. I'm not used to seeing totals of 7, 8, 7, 8, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 8.5, 8, 8, 7, 7. There's 1 9 on the board and 1 10 on the board. That's it in Major League Baseball. Everything is 7, 7.5, or 8, 8.5. And the average score in a baseball game last year was 9.5 runs. So we are well under 9.5 runs. So I think you got to be careful when you start just banking on all these unders, because it's going to change, and it should be changing relatively soon. These hitters are going to be starting to turn things around pretty quick.
Looks like Willie Adames with a 2-run homer for the Brew Crew, out 2-0 early there. For myself, when the board looks too easy, it usually is. We like to talk about landmines, and there's plenty of them today. So just be careful. It's Tuesday for the VIPs again. We were 1-1 yesterday, dead even on the day. We're coming at them tonight with 3 plays, 2 in the MLB, 1 in the pucks. We'll see what we can do there. Our Discord channel is open. We have the NFL draft on Thursday. Might do some stuff. I'm not sure. There's not a lot of stuff to talk about, because when we release props, everyone's book is so different. It's a lose-lose situation, because when we say we have a winner because we got it at Circa or Westgate, and then you can't get it, and your mom and pop shop didn't offer it, and you're sitting there saying, well, my guy had this, I didn't win. It's no fun. It really isn't. So any prop questions on the draft, ask myself. I'll dig up as much information as possible. Julian, who works at DraftKings, pulled up his DraftKings Sportsbook today. He talks some props. I'm willing to talk about them. I really am. A couple years ago, when the NFL draft really popped, it was during the pandemic in 2020. There was no sports. So as he said, you had 2 months to do research, and it was really fun. Now it's just so glamorized. It's no fun in my eyes. But hey, for each his own. So myself and Scott, each day I will be putting on the timeline. We might have the closing bell at 5, 5:30, 6. Today at 6:30. We're going to do our best to get it out. As for the breakfast bankroll, or as our buddy Will, the Thrill, talked about the brunch bankroll, I might have a few curveballs for people in the next up and coming days, while Scotty blesses us with us on the evening slate. And there'll be a couple days he'll be here, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but that's something that we will address. So for tonight, if you are investing or already wagered, please do it responsibly. If you have a problem, pick up the phone. There's an 800 number. Ask for help. Why? Myself and Scotty care. We want to see you here today, tomorrow, next week, next month, through 2022 and beyond. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everyone. A, viewing, B, retweeting. A retweet's like tipping the bartender. And when you run over to YouTube or Twitch and you subscribe, that's like a double tip, and we can't thank you guys enough. Have a great evening. Have a blessed evening. Have some fun. Cash a few tickets, and we'll see you soon.